This is a video I've been trying to do for quite some time now. I have 3 different brands of underglaze here in front of me, and I'm going to do some testing. So I'm most excited about this Kiwi one. I don't know why, but I've got the Kiwi brand. I have got the newly formulated Speedball underglazes. And then I also have some Saks True Flow underglazes. And I'm not quite convinced that these are not Mako fundamentals, like same, you know what I mean? Kind of think they're the same. I need to like fact check that. But anyway, so I've got these 3 brands that we're going to try out. I have a bunch of test tiles, and I have some plates that I'm going to paint some designs on, and then we'll see what the results are. I am going to be putting clear over all of these for the firing. I'm going to use Speedball clear underglaze for all of them just for consistency, and that's my favorite clear as of right now. So let's get started. enter?
Where's enter?
Speed is slow. So right on slow, so hit enter. Hold 13 minutes, hit enter. Okay, and now you have to push start. Wait till it stops. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right, here we have the final results of our underglaze testing. As I mentioned before, we have 3 different brands. We have the Sax, TrueFlow, Speedball, and Kiwi. The Speedball are supposed to be the newly formulated. I had reached out to Speedball about the class pack of pints that I had bought a while back, and I just was really not happy with them. So they sent me their newly formulated ones to try out, and Kiwi also sent me their sampler pack to try out as well. Sax are ones that I have just bought myself because I like their black, so I thought I would give the others a try. And I do have some thoughts. So it's not only about the color, but also about the feel of the application, the opaqueness of them. So let's just take, for example, the Sax. This is their green, and I put 2 coats of clear on all of these. I probably would have gotten better results on these 2 had I put 3 coats. But 2 is what I typically put on most things, so that's what I went with. But you can see like there's still, it just feels unfinished in some spots. But as far as the color saturation on the Sax, 2 and 3 coats look okay on most of them. So let's take another one here. This is the brown, and you can see there's a lot of, I don't know what you would call that. It's like tiny little bubbles all over it. And I applied all of these the exact same way. I did 1, 2, and 3 coats. So I'm not sure what that's about. Their black is what I use a lot, but I usually leave it raw and fire it to cone 5, 6. And it turns out to be like a really pretty satin finish. I hardly ever put clear over it. So this is different for me. But you can see their black is like really opaque, even just with 1 coat. So that's nice. Let's see. Purples tend to burn out a lot at cone 6. So this is a good test for them. You can see the color is still there, but the purple takes a lot more coats than some of these other ones. For the Speedball, so the colors look decent, and there's not as much error, like the bubbling on these. There is some on the red, some on this one here. But for the most part, they feel pretty good. They would have done better with a 3rd coat of clear, but their colors look okay. The only issue I have was still, which is the issue I had with their original formula, was especially with this red one, some of the warm tone colors had more issue. It just felt really grainy and pasty when you're painting it. It does not flow smoothly. And it wasn't like that with every color. I think the blues went on a lot easier, but the red and oranges and the warmer colors had a lot of issue while I was painting. Moving on to the Kiwi ones. So the Kiwi were the absolute best ones to paint with. They flow so nicely, and the color saturation, even with 1 to 2 coats, is actually pretty good. Like this pink one, you can see I didn't get the coat very even on the first one, but even with just 2 coats, 2 and 3 look almost the same. I have never used their black, so that looks pretty good as well at 2 and 3 coats. Even at 1 coat, you can see there's just a little bit showing through there. Their purple looks pretty good. None of the colors burned out, so that's nice. And none of them have the bubbling that are on some of these and almost all of these. I'm sure that there's going to be situations where you would want the different kinds. You can't really compare the colors from one to the other just because they don't make the same colors. I did want to mention that the color that I have the most trouble with in any underglaze is brown. Browns tend to like gum up really quickly and dry out fast, and you have to add a lot of water to them to get them to flow. And then with the kiwi brown, it is one that just flows so nicely, and I've never found another brown that does that. So I am really pleased with the Kiwi brand. If I had to choose a favorite, it's this one. If I have to buy a bunch for classes, it's gonna be this one, just because it's so much easier to use, and the colors look nicer to me and they go on easier. So I'm really happy with those. I also made the plates, and I did 2 coats of clear on the plates as well. You have to zoom out a little bit. Okay, so this is, I notated them on the back, these Saks Underglaze. And I did this kind of just to show like examples of things that students can paint, and then to show the colors around it that were used in the design. But you can see like the brown specifically. Always have trouble with brown. It's like bubbling and crazing right here. And then where it got a little bit thick, it like bubbled up and flaked. So not the greatest. The other colors just have a little bit of the bubbling on them, but they all have it. So again, if you're going to use Saks brand, I would do 3 coats of clear instead of the 2. Now as far as like, I painted the colors over each other, and it actually held up pretty well. Like they don't look super muddy or anything. So I'm happy with those as far as layering. Let's look at the Speedball. Let's see. Okay, Speedball. Again, it would have done better with 3 coats of clear. Like it's got really rough spots. But the colors look really nice together. I didn't do a whole lot of layering with this one, maybe just a little bit on the blues and on the strawberry. I probably should have tested layering a little bit more, but it wasn't part of the design, so, but that's that one. And last but not least, our kiwi plate, which these, they feel very nice even with just the 2 coats of clear. And you can see probably where the clear got a little bit thick, it did crackle a little bit there, so just got to be careful in your, you know, low areas that you don't put too much. And then where they overlapped, you can kind of see the design behind it. It's not terrible. I think I put 2 coats of orange. I should have just not been lazy and done 3 coats of orange over that, or just left that area underneath blank. But again, this is all testing, so it's good information to have. But otherwise, this one looks the most vibrant as far as the colors go. Like they just pop so much more than the other ones. And I hope that's picking up on camera, but they just look nicer and then they feel better. So that's the extent of my testing. You know, they each have their issues. Actually, I don't know what the issue would be with this one. I actually really like Kiwi. But if you have any other questions about what I did to test all of these, if you'd like me to test something else, I'm happy to do it. Don't know when I'll get to it, but I'm happy to add it to my list. But yeah, I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm actually really happy with this one, and now I know what set I'm going to buy next. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your time sticking through this long video. Again, happy to answer any questions that you have, and I appreciate you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.